which Winnie the Pooh learns to hold his horses. Once there was a once upon a time, or you might say our story begins once upon a time, somewhere thereabouts on the first Friday of the last month, tucked into the middle of the year, which would be approximately between spring and summer. This point in time, that's not all that real anyway, is when a great and noble peace had descended upon the 100-acre wood. You see, it's a special part of the world, untouched by the troubles of both humanity and inhumanity. A place where mankind is always kindly, and where make-believe animals go about their lives, much as human beings do. The 100-acre wood is known for its great beauty. A land where problems always get themselves solved, sometimes in very unexpected ways and sometimes in very predictable ways. And I leave it to you to decide if these ways are indeed expected or unpredictable. For this is where our story begins. And so off we go into the magic and stillness of the 100-acre wood. One morning, Edward Bear, commonly known for the most obscure reasons as Pooh Bear or Winnie the Pooh, got up on the wrong side of the bed and decided to make everything right again. And the best way to do that was with a big dollop of his favorite comfort food, honey. Pooh fumbled and stumbled out of his ever-so-tidy bedroom and into the kitchen, only to find he'd got himself stuck in the honey pot, as one who wants his breakfast with great haste and good cheer might be inclined to do. Then he grumbled and mumbled and said,
"Frump."
And he tried to speak once more, but all he could say was,
"Frump in arg."
Having fiddled and faddled here and there amongst the pots and pans in his kitchen, Pooh decided to put his left foot in, put his right foot out, do the hokey pokey, and turn himself about.
"Oh, bother,"
said Pooh, as he always did when life was exactly that.
If only I could wriggle to the left and wriggle to the right and wriggle front and behind, then I could wrestle this pot off my nose and into...
Of a sudden, there came a knock on the door. It was followed by a second knock. And then, as all good greetings come in groups of three, a third thudding of great and rhythmic kerfuffle.
I wonder who that might be. Surely it's one of my very best friends.
It was clear in that moment that Winnie the Pooh had succeeded in turning a bad day into a very good one.
Hello, Pooh!
Hello, Tigger.
Is this your favorite day of all time since time first began?
I must say it is, Tigger, and you look especially bouncy, flouncy, and pouncy today.
Of course, Pooh. It's what Tiggers do best. Though, I must say I'm feeling a little under the weather today.
Now that's an interesting thought. I must say I feel a little over the weather today.
Oh, Pooh, how you like to play with your words.
It happens. I'm in quite a flurry of a hurry to get to the other side of the 100-acre wood, Tigger. As you can see, it...
Hold your horses, Pooh Bear.
Hold my horses? Now what's that supposed to mean?
Well, Wikipedia says,
Wiki what?
you know, it's sort of an online encyclopedia.
Wiki who?
Well, Wikipedia says the phrase hold your horses historically relates to horse riding, traveling by horse, horse-drawn vehicles. A number of explanations, all unverified, have been offered for the usage of the phrase dating back to ancient Greece.
Added Pooh thoughtfully.
Is ancient Greece Is that the same as old cooking oil?
Oh, Pooh, poor Pooh, dear Pooh. That's just a figure of speech.
Bless you. I guess you mean a nuance?
Said Pooh because he didn't yet know the word colloquialism.
You know, Tigger,
Said Pooh.
I have so many friends in the 100-acre wood. Some of them have a very special job description, like my friend the bunny, who hides eggs at Easter time.
Said Edward Bear. That bunny looks awfully familiar.
You know, Tigger, Easter eggs are a symbol of new life.
That's wonderful, Pooh Bear. You have such special friends. I'm so glad to be one of them. You most truly are a friend to all the world.
Absolutely. To all the world. Oh, yes.
Exclaimed Pooh with a delight sweeter than his favorite jar of honey.
All the world is my friend. Will you sing it with me, Tigger? With all the nature sprites, fairies, and birds in the 100-acre wood?
All the world is my friend when I learn how to share my love, when I stretch out my hand and smile, when I live from All the world is my friend when I learn how to share my love, when I stretch out my hand and smile, when I live from above, when I stretch out my hand and smile, when I live from above.
Tigger, I have an idea. Let's go ask Owl what it means to hold your horses.
That's a fine idea, Pooh Bear. Owl knows everything and then some.
That's why we must make haste. We must find Owl. And maybe he has some honey. To hold your horses is a lot for a bear of little brains to assimilate.
And so off they went through the hills and dales of the 100-acre wood. It was anything but a blustery day indeed. The sun was shining with a golden brilliance. The breeze was being especially careful not to throw the birds off course, as Pooh and Tigger went in search of Owl, the wisest bird among all the animals who lived there. It had been said, in fact, that Owl's residence, as befitted his wisdom, had features like a pull bell and a door knocker. It was a pleasant sort of day, with a pinch of springtime, a morsel of summer, and just the right amount of sunshine to make the trees glisten with life. And it seemed for children of all ages and countries that melodies everywhere.
Come children, wake up, it's morning and oh brother sun.
Just shook his finger to tell you a new day's begun.
Open your window and listen to the summer air. For melody, melody is everywhere. Melody, melody is everywhere. The world is waiting to tell you of a million things. The shout of daybreak, the flutter of a robin's wings. Come out and listen, there's magic for us all to share. For melody, melody is everywhere. Melody, melody is everywhere.
Did you hear that, Tigger?
I did, Pooh. Hearing is what Tiggers do best. Did you mean the song of the ruffle and kerfuffle?
Now, Roo. You mustn't do that, dear.
Do what, Mama?
Fiddle with your face when it's covered with clay.
Why must I have clay on my face, Mama?
To make you more beautiful, dear. Nature is beautiful, and we want to do our part.
Oh, how wonderful, Mama.
As you know, I am the fastest animal in the 100-acre woods. And once we remove this gooey clay from our face, we will be the most beautiful.
Do you mean life is beautiful?
Yes, my love. Life is beautiful. Life is gay.
Life is beautiful, life is gay, when I give myself away, when I live to please thee, Lord, dancing in thy ray. Let me see thee everywhere, hear thy melodies in the air. Let me feel thy strength in me, give me joy to share. Let me feel thy strength in me, give me joy to share.
Oh, look, Mama, it's Pooh Bear and Tigger!
Hello, Kanga. Hello, Roo.
Where are you bustling off to on this unblustery day?
We're on our way to find Owl.
And we want to wish you a happy Friday.
By the by, why are your faces all green?
Because Mama says we'll make the 100-acre wood more beautiful this way.
It's called the National Geographic look.
Oh, I see.
Said Pooh, though he really didn't.
Then off you go.
Bye, Pooh. Bye, Tigger.
And so off went Pooh and Tigger in search of Owl. Suddenly, a howling wind swept up from the ground with a great whooshing sound.
Pooh Bear, where are you? You must be somewhere between a rock and a hard place.
My sentiments exactly, Tigger. A rock here and a hard place there. How are we ever going to find Owl?
Oh, Pooh Bear, I think we're lost. I'm so frightfully discombobulated.
Me too, Tigger, and I don't even know what that word means.
Bear with me, Pooh. Just bear with me.
Right ho, Tigger. I know exactly how to bear with you.
Pooh and Tigger gave each other a virtual hug. Their divine friendship bonded them together, a bond sweeter than Pooh's favorite food in all the world. Of a sudden, there was a loud rustling sound, as if from the wings of 1,000 birds in flight.
Well, well. Hello, Pooh. Hello, Tigger. I guess I was just barking up the wrong tree.
Why would you bark up the wrong tree, Owl, if you could have barked up the right one?
Oh, silly Pooh. That's just a metaphor. Don't you agree, Tigger?
Absolutely, Owl. Anyone who has a pool bell and a door knocker knows how to kill two birds with one stone.
Those with a PhD in brains know. That's just a means of accomplishing two tasks with one action.
Oh, my friend. You're a gentleman and an owl.
Why, yes. And what a good lesson for a bear of little brain to learn.
Woof-woo! Woof-woo! Woof! 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 No worries. That's just me barking up the wrong tree.
In other words, Pooh Bear, you just don't want to pursue a mistaken or misguided line of thought or course of action.
Say, Owl, what's been ruffling your feathers these days?
You might say I'm working on my latest dissertation, because that's what owls do best. Now, if I may quote myself, Western science is currently wedded to a strictly material approach to the study of any subject, and therefore assumes that all claims to the existence of non-material realities must be considered fundamentally false. Therefore, anything past or present that involves religion, spiritual belief, or higher states of awareness is explained in one of three ways: as a function, a delusion, a deception, or as a blend of all three, but never taken at face value.
Face value.
said Pooh,
Oh, I see.
but he really didn't.
What, may I ask, is the value of a face?
Oh, a face is valued at... Oh, bother. Pooh Bear, never mind. That's just a figure of speech or a myth.
Oh, I see.
But once again, our bear of little brain missed the boat, which means missed the point.
Well, one thing we can say. Myths do provide answers to what continue to be mankind's most frequently asked questions. Where did we come from? How should we live our lives? And what is our destiny? These questions and the answers would naturally be the eternal concern of an age focused on spiritual truth.
Owl, I was wondering, by the way, myself and Tigger here were wondering if you might explain what it means to hold your horses.
It means, in Book 23 of the Iliad, Homer writes, "Hold your horses," when referring to Antiochus's driving like a madman, or mad bear as the case may be, in a chariot race that Achilles initiates at the funeral games for Patroclus. Hence, during the noise of battle, a Roman soldier would hold his horses.
Oh,
Well done, Owl, and most kind of you. And we must be on our way, as we have a long way to go in a short time to make it all the way back through the 100-acre wood back to his house.
unless you have a jar of honey to fill the rumbly in my tumbly.
Off we go, Pooh.
Oh, Tigger, dear friend Tigger, I'm not sure after all of that I indeed know what it means to hold your horses. What do you think?
Well, Pooh, thinking is what tigers do best. Wait, what's that?
Hello, Pooh. Hello.
Pooh?
Pooh?
You look like
You look
a
like an older...
younger version of me. Yes,
Yes,
I
I am.
am.
Grandpoo, I didn't even know you were still
Alive?
alive.
Alive and kicking!
Is that another colloquialism?
Yes, it is, grandson. And it seems to me that you have become a bear of very great brain,
Oh, Grandpoo, and how is that?
because you use the word colloquialism. And, more importantly, because you see everyone as your best friend. And that's something that only someone with a very great heart can see.
How is that possible? possible, Pooh?
By seeing the very best in everyone, in the unity in everything.
And that makes them your best friend.
Ah, yes, I see.
And this time he really did.
Oh, Pooh! Oh, Pooh! Oh, Pooh!
Yes, Tigger?
Why don't you ask Grandpooh about,
Grandpooh, what does the expression mean when you hold your horses?
It means to keep your inner peace at all times and in all undertakings, as that is the quickest path to God. Patience, my boy, patience.
Oh, and Grandpooh, just one more question, if I may. I wonder how many wishes a star can give.
Well, my child, a star can give as many wishes as your heart can hold. And I might add, any day spent with you is my favorite day. Now I must be going, and I leave you with these words. Just one more thought from the honey pot. I thought it in my head, crystal clear, a thought so dear, before I went to bed. If you should ever feel alone, hold this sweetness in your heart, for always am I with you, even when we're far apart.
Cheerio, Grandpooh!
Farewell, father of my father.
And so Winnie the Pooh, a bear of very great brain, and his friend Tigger began their walk home through the 100-acre wood. Melody was everywhere, and that melody was heard by all its residents inwardly. Likewise, the sun was considering whether it should disappear behind the mountains or through the treetops.
I'm holding my horses. Well, Tigger, here you go. Just hold your horses.
Do you remember what that means, Pooh?
Oh, yes, Tigger, I remember it well. It was just about 2 hairs past a tickle since we talked about that figure of speech.
And what does it mean, Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh thought very hard, as he knew that mental calisthenics were brilliant for exercising his brain, a brain that needed more cardio and even some Pilates than other creatures in the 100-acre wood.
Well, Tigger, it means just as Grandpooh explained, to relax, to slow down, to be patient.
Righto, that's what it means.
Because
Pooh went on with enthusiastic calmness.
it is said, if I may quote my dear Grandpooh, that patience is the quickest route to God.
Oh, do tell, Pooh.
Well, my friends, my own, sometimes when I'm hasty and seek a treat or snack, I look for something tasty to make my lips go smack. And whilst the treasures of this world can feed my appetite, they never seem to satisfy me or lead me toward the light. And still this bear of very great brain, he bravely soldiers on to the sound of Ohm's refrain and marches toward the dawn.
The world is waiting to tell you of a million things. The shout of daybreak, the flutter of a robin's wings. Come out and listen, there's magic for us all to share. For melody, melody is everywhere. Melody, melody is everywhere.
And so Winnie the Pooh, whose life was scattered with many once-upon-a-time moments, had learned his lesson, celebrated by the cheering of his friends in the 100-acre wood.
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
He had learned remarkably well. Something or other, was it about equines, and without barking up the wrong tree or getting up on the wrong side of the bed, once home, bed was exactly where Pooh Bear went. he yawned, stretched, and tucked himself in with his favorite stuffy beside him, and his dreams that evening were sweeter.